Okay.
We rolling?
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Episode 1, baby.
Episode 1
of Ear Swap.
Ear Swap.
Is that the name we're going with?
Ear Swap, yeah. Let's just roll with it.
Okay, yeah, we haven't come up with anything better. I like it.
Sounds good enough.
Everybody I've asked if they like it. They're like, ear swab? And I'm like, no, not swab.
We gotta make a logo that's enough for
or just lean into it, just like a Q-tip.
A Q-tip
with the name.
But ear swap.
Ear swab.
That'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show. Wakinyan, what is the show about?
This show is about Chayne and I kind of delving into each other's musical influences. So we each recommend each other a record that neither one of us has heard before, right?
Or at least that we're not super familiar
with, or haven't really given like an intense listen to. And we kind of just learn about the album, and we talk about what we think of the album, and we go from there, and that's basically it.
Probably we're going to have a bunch of like really dumb jokes and
plenty of them. No short supply.
Yeah. I am also the host of another podcast called Shart Stories, which Joaquin has been a guest on.
Yeah, I'm the side hoe. This is the side hoe podcast.
This is the side hoe, except we haven't recorded that one in months.
Yeah.
It's technically still alive, if anybody's crossing over from that one. It's on a hiatus. We were just... Stuff was going on. We haven't been able to do
Shit happens.
Shit happens.
That's a great podcast. It's hilarious, and it's fun. And shit is fun, and shit will come up on this one. And each time it does, I'll just plug Shart Stories.
Plug it up.
I'll plug it up.
All right. So, first episode albums for this one. Joaquin, which one did you give to me?
I gave Chayne To Record Only Water for 10 Days. I can't even say it. By John Frusciante. I also started this podcast because I just want to get Chayne to listen to the Red Hot Chili Peppers at some point.
It's a scheme.
It's a scheme. Yeah. I came up with the idea so I can get him to like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and that's the whole real reason for this.
It's probably not going to happen.
But I went Red Hot Chili Peppers adjacent and chose a John Frusciante record.
Frusciante. I wanted you to say it first because I had no idea how to say his name.
I think I was like 17
Frusciante.
when I learned. Yeah, I say like Frusciante because it's spelled weird. I am a huge John Frusciante fan. I definitely like him more than the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Ooh. I will say I love Red Hot Chili Peppers greatly, but there's probably a Red Hot Chili Peppers new record on vinyl right there. Unlimited Love. You can get it at all your current record stores. Sponsored by Warner Brothers. $34 double record.
Yes.
But yeah, I love John Frusciante. All of his records are really rad.
Mm-hmm.
He's got this one's probably. I'm not even gonna say it's his weirdest one because he made a record, a couple records before this one where he's just like super fucked up on heroin, and it's horrible to listen to.
Yeah,
it's horrible. So this one is him coming off of heroin. So he's overcoming addiction, and it's a really bizarre sounding record because it's super
I would agree with that.
Yeah, because it's like drum machine stuff and like weird vocal guitar part stuff, and it's very like synth pop new wave kind of stuff, but like dark. So kind of here I'll give some background on this record.
Okay.
I already kind of knew some of this stuff.
Should I go ahead and tell the kids at home which one you listen to
that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, let's go ahead and intro both.
Yeah.
So actually, Joaquin picked this from a list that I had made, so I didn't even really pick this one for you. But it's How It Feels to Be Something On by Sunny Day Real Estate from 1998.
It's my birth year.
As old as you are.
Yep.
Gross. Which, let's continue with what you're saying.
Okay, let's continue with, I'll get background on mine, and then we'll talk about the Sunny Day Real Estate record after that. But yeah, like I was saying, homie made this one after getting out of rehab for heroin addiction, which if you've seen, there's that good interview on YouTube of John Frusciante in 1994, just strung out as fuck, and Johnny Depp directed it, and it's really weird, but he looks horrible, and it was apparently a miracle that this guy was like alive, and now he's rejoined the band. And their new record's great. And gonna stand by that.
Okay, I didn't realize he was back in the band.
Yeah, so he quit the band twice.
Mm-hmm.
Once in 1992. Oh, dude, I'm so glad my Chili Peppers trivia is coming in handy right now. He quit the band in 92 because he was like tired of playing under the bridge every fucking night. And then just went on a heroin binge for years.
So he went under the bridge.
Yeah, literally the whole point of that song. And he did that and then got clean. Hey, thanks for watching. Here's going to be this weird jarring cut because I forgot to... my camera only records 12 minutes. I mean, I'm just going to be honest here. And I didn't know that going into this. So, continue watching, and let's get back to talking about John Frusciante and him getting into the occult. Yeah, and some weird stuff. Keep going. And rejoined in 97? 98. And they made Californication, that record. And then they made By the Way in the Stadium Arcadium. And then he quit again because he got into the occult. Or some weird shit like that.
Interesting.
And then they had Josh Klinghoffer, who I'm a huge fan of, and I'm With You and Get Away are great records too. That was my era. I seen them live 4 times in that era. And then they told Josh to fuck off, and then John Frusciante came back. Kind of did homie dirty, I think, a little bit, but I have my feelings about that. But so John Frusciante's back in the band, and it is a good record. I love the record, but I love Josh Klinghoffer. And I'm a huge fan of him. Also, good solo records.
Who that is.
He's great. He's great. He's got good solo records too. Maybe another time. But yeah, so he made this record, and apparently this is the first record he ever made digitally instead of analog.
Okay.
And he hated making it digitally, especially at that time. So it was recorded in November of '99 to April of 2000, and that's when like Pro Tools was slower than shit. So he had an easier time putting it to analog, and he wasn't apparently too happy with the way it sounded. But it's a very crazy sounding record anyways.
Yeah, I think that kind of works in the record's favor. It sounds kind of rough in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. That's one of the things I liked about it. So,
yeah. It's like rough, but it's electronic. You don't hear like rough sounding electronic music very often because it's so usually pretty clean. But the record is really it's just so good. I love it's actually got one of his most popular songs of all time, which is an instrumental called Murderers. Yeah.
That's the only one I knew.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I had heard it.
Yeah.
I'll get into that when I start talking about it.
Yeah, and I love this record. It's personally a really important record to me. I haven't listened to it in a while. I told Chayne that. I was like, I don't listen to this one too often. But it's a really great record. I love the first song, Going Inside, is great. Moments Have You is probably my favorite, the last song. But all of it's really good. But yeah, it's weird because Murderers doesn't sound much like anything else.
It's completely different from the rest of the record.
Yeah, it's not as dark. It's kind of like groovy. Mm-hmm. You know, it's got a good groove to it.
Yeah.
But, man, Invisible Moment's a good one too. Movement, sorry. Representing, shit, dude. I forgot how good this record is. Wind Up Space, that song is so good.
So
but yeah,
Wakinyan likes all of the songs.
Apparently, I like this whole record, which is why I recommend it. Chayne had a list, and I said, "Oh, you should listen to Record Only Water for 10 days." I had no list, and he's okay, and so he did.
I think it's a good first pick, though.
Yeah,
especially since you're just trying to get me to listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah,
which I've realized. I think I just don't like Anthony Kiedis.
I think that's most people's qualms with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I like Cliff Martinez a lot. He did the soundtrack to a lot of like amazing films and TV shows. The Nick being my personal favorite, I think, off of that list.
And didn't he do Drive?
He might have done some.
I think he did Drive.
That sounds right.
I think that was the other one he did. He only played on one Chili Peppers record, and it was Freaky Styley.
Okay.
Which is their second record, and it's fucking rad. I love that record.
Interesting.
That's OG funk.
He was a drummer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drummer. There's some good footage of him playing with them back in the day.
Yeah.
And then, that's in the early Chili Pepper stuff that nobody acknowledges.
The early Peppers.
Yeah, the white boy funk.
Yes. So, yeah, my initial thoughts on this album is like, first song starts off, good song. What was the name of that one?
Going Inside.
Going Inside. It's obviously, if you've never heard it, it's a lot synthier than I expected.
Oh.
Because I didn't expect anything. I didn't know what I was getting. But synthier than Red Hot Chili Peppers for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like definitely guitar driven. Like, you
Yeah.
can tell he's a guitarist. He's a very good guitarist.
Yeah.
But it feels like a lot of them went straight from him writing on an acoustic guitar and then adding like a drum beat and synth sounds on top of it. That would be my guess anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of drum machine, which sounds great. I'm sure that's something he probably didn't like the sound of as much, but it gives it a lot of character.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was good.
Yeah. I think it's just like distorted. Like the whole record just sounds really distorted.
Kind of. What's the right term for that? It's almost staticky at times.
Yeah. Staticky is a good way to put it. But it goes throughout the whole record. Besides Murderers.
Besides Murderers, yeah.
Like that's the cleanest sounding recording. And apparently he recorded only DI'd into whatever interface he was using or mixing board at that time. I'm sure he didn't record on any actual guitar amp. So
that would explain it, I guess. Which I liked the guitar tones in it. I think his guitar sounded great. A lot of times when people do things like that, it comes out kind of twangy, almost like too bright.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a good balance. So.
Yeah, I think so. Man, he has a song on there. Which one is that? There's one where he does like a vocal part, but it sounds like a guitar part. And his vocals are super distorted. I think it's Remain, maybe?
It might be Remain.
I'd have to listen to it.
I probably just thought it was a guitar part.
Oh, man. That's going to drive me nuts. I got to find it. Hold on.
Yeah, so Murderers. That's the only song I recognized, and I had no idea where I heard it from. I started playing, and I was like, oh, this song. Yeah, this song rocks. And I was like, why do I know this? And I did some digging. Turns out it's featured in a skate video that I used to watch like obsessively as a teenager called Yeah Right by Grohl. And in it, they edit out the skateboards in the clip that he uses for that, so it looks like they're just like skating over the air.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool. We'll put a link for that in the description of this.
That would be cool.
But it's really cool. And then the next song is Invisible Movement, which is kind of interesting because they made the skateboards invisible.
Oh.
I don't know if that was on purpose. But yeah, that video is directed at least partially by old Spike Jonze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Owen Wilson, isn't it?
Like, why?
Because he used to be a skateboarder. Like there's like a short clip of him just being like, "Oh, watch this," and then he goes and like does something. Yeah.
Wow.
So, good one. Yeah, go watch Yeah Right by Grohl.
Is it a prequel to Shanghai Nights? Shanghai Noon?
Yeah.
Was it Shanghai Skate?
Jackie Chan is back there somewhere too,
doing
his own stunts.
Yeah. Shanghai Skate.
Shanghai Skate. I'd watch that movie in a heartbeat.
We need that. Let me find that song.
Sure.
I think it's this one. Hopefully I'm not going to blast your ears with it. I don't even know if it'll go through my interface here.
I can hear something. There it is.
It's not this one.
That's not it.
Nope. What a weird
Are we going to get a copyright strike for this?
It shouldn't be recording this.
Okay.
Ideally.
So should I describe what I'm hearing right now for the listeners at home?
It's not this one. We can. Oh, the first season? Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, that just gave me goosebumps. Oh, Someone's good. That's got like the little fun clap in it. Someone's waiting.
So right now, Joaquin is just cycling through every song on the record.
I'm trying to find this part because it's cool. It's not this one. God, this song makes me so depressed with no one. That's so fucking depressing. Oh, Invisible Movement. That one's. I think it's Representing. Hold on.
Representing.
No, it's not. Hold on, it's In Rhyme. Nope, it's Saturation.
In Rhyme was my least favorite song on the album.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't like his singing on it. I think it's
very breathy.
Very, very breathy.
He was doing the Billie Eilish thing before anybody.
Yeah, he really was.
Hold on, maybe it's Moments Have You. No.
Maybe it's not on this record, Joaquin.
No, it's on this record. Maybe it's Going Inside. Yes, it is. It's the first song on the record. Hold on. But right here, it's like a vocal part, but it sounds like it turns into a guitar part. Right here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I
but
guess
then
I
it
didn't
goes
think
into a
of it
vocal
that way.
thing right here. Sounds like a super distorted vocal.
Yeah.
But it could be a guitar.
I thought that was vocals the whole time.
Yeah.
I thought it was just him
But then it
screeching at the beginning of the record. It's cool sounding either way.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I still don't know if that's a vocal part or a guitar. It could be both. But
maybe he doesn't even know anymore.
He probably doesn't. He probably had some spiritual awakening to make another song about California with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Well, dude, all their songs.
All
That's,
their
that's
songs.
why I don't. I mean, that's not the only reason.
All
why.
of them, Shane. Not all of them.
They all are. So yeah,
Right.
I liked the lack of polish. Almost, I just punched the microphone. That some of it had, where it's kind of rougher sounding.
Yeah.
But also with the electronic stuff added in, he did get a little weird on some of the sounds in some of the songs. Every once in a while, something sounded a little bit out of place. Which one did I? In Moments Have You, some of the sounds towards the end of the song, like I just immediately in my head was just like, oh, that sounds like it's from the Little Mermaid soundtrack. And I found that distracting. It just, some of them didn't like mesh as well as most of them. I like some of the weird stuff he does though.
The Little Mermaid soundtrack.
Yeah, it sounds like Under the Sea at one point.
Have you ever seen that cover of Little Mermaid that has the dick on it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna put a picture of that up.
I'm surprised you don't have it on this wall.
I should.
Yeah.
I like how I have this picture in this frame, but it fell down and I just haven't fixed it, and it's been like that for a year.
It looks intentional. So
yeah, it's art.
That's good. It's art. You can
My
do whatever you
laziness
want
is
with it.
art.
And then your own band.
my own band hanging up.
And
That's
I
a
like
good
that
flyer.
pile poster though.
Oh, the
That's
pile
cool.
one's great.
Yeah.
I love that one.
It's really nice.
That's a good poster though.
Uh-huh.
That's the best piece of merch we ever made.
Poster. Yeah.
That's Matt's grandma when she was a kid.
Oh, really? That's a terrifying picture.
Yeah,
of her.
so we found the
Easter
original
bunny.
Yeah, the original picture and scanned it and then made a poster out of it. And it's the most terrifying thing cuz look at the fucking dude's eyes in that.
That's frightening. We might have to have you put a picture up on the
I will. I'll have
video.
to do a scan.
But that's for the band Sutphin that Wakinyan was in.
That's right.
Fortunately, they're not around anymore.
That's
but
right.
Go listen to, was it Medicine Machine?
Medicine Machine.
Medicine
Because we
Machine.
liked alliterations a lot.
I like alliterations. It's a great record. Yeah.
Thanks.
Go listen to that, guys.
Appreciate that.
Hear Wakinyan's guitar playing on that.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate that, Shane.
Yes. That's the noise. You hear that?
Oh, the little like
bring, bring, bring.
cowbelly thing.
It's like a
It
marimba.
does sound like that. It sounds like fucking Little Mermaid. It's like one of my favorite songs, and you. That's right.
Well, what'd you expect from this?
I know.
This whole endeavor.
I know.
I'm gonna say horrible things about things you love. That's kind of what I do in our friendship, anyway.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. That's true. You know, like talking shit on grilled cheese all the time.
I love grilled cheese, though.
Hey, I made one with red onion, clearly, because it smells like onions in here.
Yeah,
And,
this whole apartment reeks of onions.
It's like, hey, does this smell like onions in here?
If you want the full
Smells-
experience, go cook up some red onions and
Yeah.
just put your face in them, and you'll have the same experience as us.
In olive oil. I just fry them up in olive oil.
That sounds great, actually.
It's great with some spinach and some cheese and some hot sauce. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, so that record is good.
It's a good record.
It's a weird record.
Yeah, I really liked Going Inside. I liked the first season a lot.
Yeah.
Remain was pretty legit. That was a good one.
Remain. Hold on. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that fucking
That beginning, it just like it goes off immediately. I like that one.
That one makes me so like fuck. It goes down my spine.
Yeah. And Murderers is legit. Like there's a reason why it's like the top played song on this.
19,346,990 plays.
Yeah.
2 minutes 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's a short one, short but good, and
No vocals. No
vocals.
falsetto.
Doesn't sound anything like the rest of the record.
No.
But
Maybe the closest thing is Ramparts because it's
Maybe.
also instrumental.
yeah.
But even then, it doesn't have like the groovy thing. I'm sure somebody sampled Murderers for like a rap song
They
or
have
something
to
because
have.
that's
Like,
too
I
dope of a
Don't know how
song.
you couldn't.
Let me see if that exists. Murderers, John Frusciante, sample rap songs. Songs that need to be sampled in hip hop, and it's on a list on some Oh, IGN boards from 2008.
Oh. So people have had plenty of time to make it.
Oh, there's one on YouTube. Tupac Still Ballin' plus John Frusciante Murderers remix.
Oh.
Do you want to listen to it?
I would love to listen to it.
Somebody literally asked on Reddit, why is Murderers one of John Frusciante's most popular songs?
Yeah, when I Googled it, that's how I found the link to the...
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with this song, I don't think.
I don't think I've ever heard this.
Who is this?
Tupac and John Frusciante remix.
Frusciante. Oh, okay.
This kind of rips.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I'm putting a link to this.
Put a
this
link
is
to
good.
that one, definitely. Oh, yeah, I like that. I wish the customers at home could hear it.
Copyright.
We'll see if we can get songs in the show at some point. I don't know. We need to do a little bit more research.
We're figuring this out.
End up in jail.
Yeah, I don't want to end up in jail because Lars will get mad at me.
Definitely.
If I do that. Well, no, there's a Japanese bonus track.
Oh.
You know, I wonder if there's any particular reason that most records are like Japanese bonus tracks. Is there a reason for that?
I don't know.
Like, why Japan? You know,
it's weird. Yeah,
Japan's dope. Yeah, but like, it's always Japan. Like, Chili Peppers had a song, a Japanese bonus track for Unlimited Love. It's called Nerve Flip, and it's horrible. I think it's bad.
Maybe they're just putting out another song that they were ashamed of, and they're just like, yeah, the Japanese, they'll like it. I don't know.
I don't know. But they're like, nobody ever plays them live or anything, so I'm like, what's the point? Well, I think. Whoa, hold on. The Brown. There's a song. Oh, okay. There's B-sides and non-album tracks from this era too.
Okay.
There's a song called "Prostitution Song."
Oh.
From the Brown Bunny soundtrack.
Oh, Brown Bunny. Do you know what that movie is?
I've never seen it. It says briefly here on Wikipedia is a 2003 experimental road drama film written, directed, and produced. Yep. And edited. Oh, Vincent Gallo.
Vincent Gallo. That'll tell you a lot. There's a really great video about Vincent Gallo on our friend Stan's YouTube page called Sewer City. So you should look that up. Brown Bunny is known because it was written, directed, and stars Vincent Gallo, as well as Chloe Sevigny. And he wrote in a blowjob scene that was real. Like, they did not simulate it.
What a fucker. Dude.
So he pretty much, I mean, I haven't seen the whole movie. I've heard it's actually pretty good from some people. Some people hate it. Some people love it. But, yeah, I think he just wrote the whole thing to get his dick sucked by Chloe Sevigny. Yeah.
Why would you fucking do that?
Yeah.
Good God.
2003. Vincent
You guys
Gallo.
remember 2003?
What a guy.
Yeah, there's
So John Frusciante had a song on that?
He had multiple. So he had he had 4 songs on the Brown Bunny soundtrack. Falling Forever Away, Dying Song, and Prostitution Song.
Okay.
And then he's got, no shit. There's a Going Inside EP.
Yeah, he did, like, most of the songs on this, like, half the songs on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
His.
Well, that's sick.
Interesting.
More you know.
Him and Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot?
Yeah.
Not Darkfoot?
I just know that he's a Canadian. I don't know anything else about
that's
Gordon
it.
Lightfoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I've gotten what I want out of that.
Yeah. You're going to go watch Brown Bunny at the end of
Yeah, I got to go watch Brown Bunny, and I'm going to let you know that Entertainment Weekly gave it a B+.
Okay.
And that's what matters.
That's all that matters.
Rolling Stone gave it 3 stars out of 5.
Yeah. So to record Only Water for 10 days for my initial few listens to it, because I went through it a couple times, I like it.
Oh, shit.
That's my review. I like it.
Is it a would recommend?
I would recommend it. Yeah.
Okay. If you're into,
there's maybe only 1 or 2 songs I might be like, I'm not feeling it. But like
overall,
I thought it was really good. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I recommended a good one then. That's
Yes.
good. If you're like Chili Peppers adjacent, that's a weird record to go into.
Sounds nothing like Chili
It's
Peppers.
nothing like Chili. Honestly, if you're into like even something like 9 Inch Nails or like dark synthwave pop stuff, it kind of like goes into that vein more than California.
So yeah, another thing I didn't love about it is it kind of had that 90s vocal style where they turn all the vowels into A. You know what I'm talking about?
Whoa.
Singing, like that kind of thing, where every vowel goes A, and it's just like,
you know what I mean? Notice that.
I notice it every time I hear it. And
wow.
It's not bad in this, but every once in a while, like when he's singing, there's a song where he says evil a lot, and every time he says evil.
Yeah. Huh. Great. Yep. Now I'm not going to be able to fucking unhear that, so appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something I don't love from that time period, but this is from that time period. He recorded in 2000, so.
Yeah. And it didn't, what kind of weird is it didn't come out till 2001, February 13th. It's a pre-9/11 album.
Both of these are pre-9/11 albums.
Oh, wow.
World had no idea what it was in for.
I had no idea. No idea that none of these bands did. Okay. Oh. Well, that's where they recorded. Okay, let's go on to Sunny Day Real Estate.
Okay.
Because Chayne, I'll let you kind of discuss why you picked this record for me, and I picked it, but why you put it on your list.
Why I put it on my list?
Yeah,
sure. Well, I mostly put on this list because you told me you don't like Sunny Day Real Estate, that you didn't care for them so much.
Not my favorite.
Not your favorite. And I think this is an overlooked album from them when people look back on them. Most people go straight to Diary, which is their first full length.
Okay.
Because that has In Circles and just some songs that you're going to be more familiar with. So Sunny Day Real Estate is known kind of for, they're not the start of it, but they're one of the early bands that became what's known as emo, which isn't really a thing. And like nobody knows what that means anymore.
You're emotional.
Yeah. That's literally, it started with bands like Rites of Spring and things like that, where it's like just hardcore music
right, with
emotional lyrics. That's all that it ever meant. And then this is kind of like the second wave, where it was they kind of mixed it with like post-hardcore, and that kind of became what emo was. And then now it goes down to what we know of it today, where it's just pop punk with eyeliner. It's just like, or eyeshadow or whatever it is.
They're all the same.
It became a fashion trend more so than a genre.
Yeah.
After a while, which I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking Hawthorne Heights. I just saw them last Saturday, but
I just met them last Saturday on accident. I
guys.
Didn't know it was them.
Yeah, they came into where I work too. And I was like, I should know who this is.
I even was like, where are you guys from? Ohio. I was like, where are you playing? Yeah. And I was like,
the Wave.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't. Okay, cool. Well, have a good day. Glad I got your strap locks, man.
They're very nice guys.
They are. They're incredibly nice.
Was a sweetheart.
Incredibly nice people.
Gave me a very nice cup of coffee too.
So. Oh, that's sweet.
But yeah, so this is, I would call it like second wave emo, almost like what that era kind of was. But with this record, I feel like they broke out of a lot of what that was, because that went on to like Midwest emo, which is like Get Up Kids and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the band broke up in 96. So they released Diary, then their self-titled or second LP. There's a few different names for that kind of, because it doesn't really have a name. And then they broke up. Two of the members went off to join the Foo Fighters.
That's right. That's how I know of them.
Nate Mendel and William Goldsmith.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe Goldsmith came back.
Because he got fired
drummer.
from
he
the
got
Foo
fired.
Fighters.
I didn't know that.
I was going to elaborate on that story because I know a lot about it.
Okay, so he left. He got fired from the Foo Fighters, came back on. They wanted to get Nate Mendel back, but he was like, "Oh, I can just do Foo Fighters and this," and they were just like, "No, man, that's way too much. Like, you can't do Foo Fighters and another band and try to tour it."
Yeah.
So they were like, "Nah, probably don't bring you on." But so they came back. 97, they got back together. Then 98, they released How It Feels. So.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on this record? I mean, what's your favorite song?
I think it's their best record. It's my favorite record by them.
Okay.
Favorite song would probably be Every Shining Time You Arrive.
Okay.
Which was actually supposed to be one of Jeremy Enig's solo songs, but then they adapted it for the band. I thought that one worked really well. Yeah.
Hold on, let me listen to that one.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Oh, this one has the super good drum beat in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a good little groove to it.
Yeah.
A little acoustic guitar. I listened to this album again today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that melody.
Mm-hmm. So I think on this record, his vocals improved quite a bit compared to the previous ones. He's got a bigger range.
Yeah.
I think the whole band just kind of matured and like grew in their sound. It's got a almost bigger sound, and I don't know. It's just got a more full sound to the whole record, I thought.
It does. Yeah. I like this song a lot. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Is that what other ones do you think are noteworthy?
Noteworthy. I mean, Pillars is well known. Roses and Water has grown on me a lot lately. I think The Prophet is interesting. How It Feels to Be Something on the title track is awesome too. But,
yeah.
And also, there's a song titled "The Shark's Own Private Fuck," which is just a great name. It's not my favorite song on the record or anything, but.
Okay.
All right, so now you're going to tell me how you hated this album?
Okay, so here we go. I listened to this album a couple times, and I like the second half of the record more than I like the first half.
Really?
Right?
I like the first half more than the second half.
I love the second half of the record. And when I first listened to it, I don't know if it was that day or something, but I thought the mix was really bad. And then I listened to it again, and I was like, no, it's fine. I like the guitar playing. Of course, that's like really good. It grew on me the more I listened to it. It took me a while to like get into the vocals. That's something for me that's always been kind of a hesitancy with stuff like this is like.
See, that's the same with stuff like what you suggested for me. So,
it's always the vocals.
Yeah.
But I loved Roses and Water. That one's a really good one.
Yeah.
And it's got that good bass line.
Yes.
And that good drum part. And then Two Promises was another one that was one of my favorites, actually. Oh, dude. This song is great. This song is so good because when the drums kick in, they're just so good.
I like the way the vocal melodies go throughout these songs. They all kind of have a similar like pattern almost.
Yeah.
And but it's not the same, but it feels cohesive throughout the record.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Good big chorus on this one. I like the chorus on it. The one that I thought was the corniest was 100 Million.
I would agree with that.
It's got that
I think that was written by which one was it?
Like I don't like that vocal thing that's going on there.
I don't love that.
And it
I
sounds kind of
can't remember who wrote
auto-tuning.
that one.
I don't know why, but I don't like the break thing.
Okay.
But I think they kind of pioneered that with emo music, though. I think it's like their thing, but I've heard it in other emo style music.
Yeah, it wasn't super prevalent at 98,
right.
I don't think.
Like that.
Re-listening to this, I and just listening to some of their earlier stuff and things like that, I heard a lot more of the grunge influence. I feel like because they were actually kind of around in the grunge scene,
right? They were
strangely. It was like post grunge almost.
Well, and they're like right on that era, like Foo Fighters
in
first
Seattle.
lineup.
So yeah, it made sense.
Yeah. So I loved Two Promises. The Prophet's cool because it's got that chant thing.
Yes.
Which is cool, and it just builds up really cool. I like this song a lot. My favorite of all time on this record is Guitar and Video Games.
Guitar and Video Games. I was going to pick that one and Roses and Water for you.
Yeah.
For your favorites.
Yeah. I liked Guitar and Video Games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good song.
Kind of a proto like Midwest emo sound.
Oh,
right
yeah.
There. Like you can hear this coming through a lot in more modern stuff later on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like the pace of it. It's really good. I love Days Were Golden and The Shark's Own Private Fuck. I think those are like the last part of their, like I love from How It Feels to Be Something on down was like great. I honestly, the only song I don't like is 100 Million. That's the only one.
Kind of agree with that. That's probably my least favorite on the record.
Yeah. The other 4 songs, am I doing my math right? 5 and then 4 songs around it are great.
Yes.
And I just, this song's good. How It Feels to Be Something on. Really good songs.
Yeah.
So I only knew of Sunny Day Real Estate because I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan.
Okay.
Right? So I watched their documentary Back and Forth, Foo Fighters Back and Forth. And it was, and it shows like the whole story of them and shit. And so like Dave Grohl made the first Foo Fighters record by himself. And then he put out a tape and was just going to shows. And he seen Sunny Day Real Estate. And he was like, he knew they were breaking up, and he was like, yo, that's a really good rhythm section. I should ask them to, like, come join my thing. And Nate Mendel said in the documentary, he's like, yeah, Dave Grohl's like the first famous person I ever met. Like, I was just like, whoa, that's Dave Grohl. And they just jammed in William's parents' basement.
Dang.
And then they joined the band. And William Goldsmith, poor guy, had to sit behind a kit with Dave Grohl in your band. And had a lot of pressure on himself. I thought he was great. I think Taylor Hawkins was a better fit. But I think William Goldsmith kind of gets... He got fucked over, and he's been resentful about that, and it kind of becomes apparent because he just got fired, and Dave Grohl re-recorded his whole drum tracks for Color and the Shape.
So, doing some other research, Dave Grohl seems to have kind of fucked over Sunny Day Real Estate a few times.
Oh, really?
Supposedly, they were recording a fifth album.
Oh, yeah.
With him, and it was pretty much done, and then there was a big falling out in the studio. Like, they were using his studio for it or something.
Oh, Studio 606.
Yeah, let me...
Wow, I never knew that.
Where did I find that? I think it was probably just on Wikipedia. But, shoot. It was something like, he was like, yeah, our fifth album is somewhere in Dave Grohl's sock drawer or something like that.
Oh, man.
So, he supposedly Dave Grohl kept us from getting another Sunny Day record.
Oh, man. That's weird. I've never heard that story.
Yeah. Man, I'll try to find it. And it also might have just been a rumor. I don't know if it's like...
Who knows if that's what happened. Well, and William Goldsmith seemed to be resentful, which I think he has a right, because your ego would get a hit with, like, in your pride when you, like, record. And apparently the producer, it was Gil Norton, produced Color and Shape, he called Nate and William the rhythmless section because they weren't good. And he would just make them do thousands of takes, basically. That's no over-exaggeration, but make them do so many takes, and William had a hard time with it, and he did the whole record, and then Dave Grohl just said, like, they weren't good enough, and he re-recorded the whole record behind his back. And then Pat and all them had to come back and re-record it again because Dave didn't like the drum parts. But he does play drums on the first track on Color and Shape. It's called Doll.
Okay.
And that's it. But yeah, he toured with them, and then he got fired, and then Nate quit to join Sunny Day again, and then was like, oh, never mind, I'm gonna stay in the Foo Fighters. And he played like a reunion show with Sunny Day in like 2010, I think. Nate did.
Yeah, I feel like he might be on their current tour that they're starting in a few weeks.
Would he?
I'm not positive about that.
Because he's doing those Foo Fighters tribute shows.
Okay,
for Taylor Hawkins. I'd be surprised if he did tours with Sunny Day. But I don't know. That would be sick if he was. I mean, he's... Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins.
Okay. Apparently, Goldsmith took back some of what he said. He was referring to Dave's sock drawer was Studio 606, where the record was abandoned. And he doesn't think Grohl did it. But also, apparently, Dave Grohl was not happy that Nate was playing with the Fire Theft, which was their band they started after Sunny Day, with all the same members.
Oh.
And they recorded one album. And apparently, Dave Grohl was not happy that he was putting time into another project. So, supposedly, I don't know the guy, but fuck Dave Grohl.
Everybody calls him the nicest guy in rock.
Really?
Yeah, they say he's the nicest guy in rock.
I mean,
but
who knows?
You're going to have to, people aren't going to like you no matter what.
Yeah. Which, I mean, this is just...
Yeah, this is all hearsay.
Yep.
Hearsay.
So, then he was replaced by Taylor Hawkins, RIP.
Yep, rest in peace, Taylor.
Which, that's another band. Foo Fighters, like, I like them. I respect them, but, like, they're not a band I've looked into, really.
Oh, man.
I've never listened to a full album.
You know what we should do? I just came up with this idea because this first episode.
Yeah.
We should recommend the next episodes.
I suggested that to you a few days ago.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Hope I probably wasn't listening.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, I know what I'm going to recommend to you.
Okay.
But we're not going to talk about it right now.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay. Hold on. Adam Casper did the mixing on Sunny Day Real Estate's that record.
Yeah.
And Adam Casper is the guy who produced, engineered, and recorded Soundgarden, Super Unknown, Down on the Upside, and he did the Foo Fighters' third record, There's Nothing Left to Lose. I like him as a producer. He's very good. They apparently had 2 different bass players on this record too.
Yes, they
Jeff Palmer and Joe Skyward.
I feel like one of them was just like filling in, and then the other one joined the band or something weird like that because they had lost. What's his name? Nate. Yeah.
Yeah, Nate was dipping out. Oh yeah. They broke up, and then they made this record. They recorded at Robert Lang Studios, which is rad. I met a guy who's worked up there at work, and he worked with Robert Lang directly in Seattle, and that was cool getting to here to talk about that. That studio's cool as shit.
Yeah.
That's where Dave Grohl recorded the first Foo Fighters record, was at Robert Lang Studios in Seattle. That's fun. Cool. Oh, Sub Pop released it too.
Sub Pop did. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Of course they did.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, they reissued it. Okay.
I think it was released.
Oh yeah, they issued it and then they reissued. They issued it and reissued.
Nice.
Yeah. What isn't Pillars one of their like most played songs on Spotify or something?
It is. Yeah, and I think part of that's just it's one of the. It goes In Circles, 7, Pillars, and then Killed by an Angel and Faces in Disguise, which both came off of the Rising Tide in 2000.
7 riffs. That's a good song.
In Circles is a great song.
In Circles is a great song.
It's a little overplayed, I'd say, in some ways, especially since what band covered that?
A band?
The World is a Beautiful Place and I'm No Longer Afraid to Die.
That's the band?
That's the band name that covered
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they
band.
did an In Circles cover that I feel like in certain circles gets a lot of plays, but
hold on. The World is a Beautiful Place and I'm No Longer Afraid. I want to listen to it.
Okay. It sounds a lot like the original, I think, but
What's
it's good.
The point? Okay.
It's pretty close, I think.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we don't have a lot of like awkward pauses in this because we're stopping to listen to music. So I'm going to try to keep talking as much as I can.
No, that's a good one. I'll link this too. Don't worry.
That's a good one. So doing some research for Sunny Day Real Estate, I found a new love for my favorite band, Me Without You.
Oh, okay.
Wearing
you're representing.
So I had no freaking idea that Jeremy Ennick did vocals for 2 Me Without You songs until I was like looking at associated acts and things like that. Oh,
shit.
So he did In the Dryness and the Rain and Oh Porcupine on the album. I think it's off of Brother
Porcupine.
Sister.
I know that song.
Do you?
I do know that song.
How do you know that song?
I know that song. I've seen that song.
Yeah, that's on the album Brother Sister. I know
that's
made you listen to one.
Yeah, that's the one you recommended me last year.
Yes.
I think was that record. And
I think that's a good start. I will definitely have Me
lot.
Without You on here at some point because I love forcing people to listen to Me Without You because
I like Me Without You.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it was Brother. Sorry, it's going to play
Sister.
on accident because I hit it on accident.
I might make you listen to Catch for Us the Foxes at some point.
Okay. Yeah,
yes.
no, this is I like this album. I like this album. It's good.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I like about Sunny Day is like I can draw a line from what they were doing directly to the stuff that I really got into because like obviously 1998 was a little young for me. I was like 6 or 7 years old.
Right. I was born.
Yeah, you were born. So it was the stuff that they influenced that then influenced what I listened to a lot of the time. So. And that's how I found him. I was working backwards. I don't know if that's how you work with musical taste, but I started with what I was like got into as a teenager. Obviously, some of that was stupid and bad, and I stopped listening to it. And then I worked backwards, and I was like, oh, who influenced these guys? And I found out, and I was like, oh, who influenced these guys? So you go all the way back to like Beethoven. Oh, everybody listened to the Stooges. Like, so,
it's always the Stooges.
Yeah, they were huge, but So yeah, that's how I found Sunny Day to begin with was working
backwards.
So,
yeah, that's the way to do it. You start out listening to like sometimes corny shit, and then you go back, and you're like, oh, this is like that's how I discovered a lot of funk music was going back to Funkadelic and just George Clinton stuff. It was super sick, and like Sly and the Family Stone. That stuff's always really rad.
What was your Bootsy Collins impression that you did the other day in the middle of Target?
Yeah, because Bootsy just shows up on records. Like he's on that Silk Sonic record, which I love, with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. And he just shows up on records. Like he did this on the Cali Uchis record too, Isolation. And he just goes, hey everybody, it's Bootsy Collins. And that's like all he does. And he's making money. I'm like, you know what?
He's making a ton of money.
That. And he deserves it. He deserves it. Bootsy deserves every bit of that. He's also on he's on After the Storm by Kali Uchis with like Tyler the Creator and all that. And in the music video, he's on a cereal box. And he just, he just like says the name of the song. He was like the original like DJ Khaled, you know. Just like, it's Bootsy Collins. This is After the Storm. And then it's just a fucking song. And he doesn't do anything else. And he's all over that Silk Sonic record.
Yeah.
He's just introducing things. He's like a talk show host for that shit.
Dude, I would love to see Bootsy Collins as a talk show host.
He would be great.
He'd be very good at it.
He just introduces and then somebody else hosts.
Yeah.
He just doesn't even finish it. Yeah, those are good records. Me Without You, that'd be a good one to go for next.
Hell yeah! Rest in peace, guys. They just had their last show.
Rest in peace. You know, and you're talking about influences, but I can't think of any progression from that John Frusciante record of like, I don't know anybody that's like, oh yeah, it's influenced me a lot in my songwriting, and like my solo music is a lot like influenced by that. Not to plug it, but
go ahead and plug it if you're going to plug it.
I have a solo record called Fear and Faith. The band name is Morning Habit. It's a solo project. It's out now on all the shits.
Morning is spelled like I'm sad I lost something. Morning.
Yeah. I had to
not
make it
like good morning.
No, it's anything but good in morning. It's bad morning. But yeah, a lot of his stuff has really influenced me in my writing because a lot of his John Frusciante's mixing techniques on other records like The Will to Death and all that stuff, Curtains, really influenced when I was recording, and a lot of the way he uses synthesizers and drum machines. I was like, that's sick. I like the way he records because it makes you go like. I remember listening to a John Frusciante song and it made me nauseous because I wasn't used to it was like the drums were over here and the guitars were over here, and I was on an airplane too.
Oh.
So I was like listening to it and I was like, oh, and I had like take my headphones out and I started getting sick, and I don't get sick on airplanes, but.
You ever actually accidentally put your headphones on the wrong ear and then start listening to something you're really familiar with?
I've never done that.
It's disorienting.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Just be like
it's a whole new record.
Yeah, it's like a whole new record.
And then you play it backwards, and then you have 4 records.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like wearing your underwear inside out.
Yeah, it's the musical equivalent of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Sunny Day Real Estate's album has really influenced me in my coffee roasting.
Really?
No, but I don't have a record to go with. I'm not a musician.
Hey, but you like music.
I do like music.
You're a consumer of music, and you like good music. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here to talk about our white boy music.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
do you have a record for me to check out? Do we want to get into that section now, or do you have anything more to say about what we've just done?
What I have to say is wearing coveralls is horrible when you have to shit.
I imagine so. You got to get completely naked?
Yeah, you got to take it all
What's this
off.
coverall thing you've been doing? You've been doing this for a while.
I just was... Okay, I was sitting outside doing some real white people shit and playing cornhole and with my family, and I was like, you know what? I should get some coveralls, and just looked them up, and then I spent $100 on coveralls. And got... this one and an English red one, which looks like the British flag red. You've seen it.
Yes.
And I don't know. They're great. This is a woman's coverall.
Yeah,
so I've been wearing
women's figure.
Yeah, to fit my womanly figure. But if you want to look like this, eat grilled cheese every single day. Every day.
I don't think that works for a lot of people. But
peanut butter and dates. I've been snacking on that a lot lately. And tons of cold brew. I saved this cold brew for this tonight. I did. It's been in my fridge for hours, and I'm going to be up all night.
I thought about brewing some coffee before coming over here, but
that would have been great.
I've been going since 6:30 in the morning, so I don't really want to stay up all night. Longer. So
that'll be nice in the winter. We'll get some cups of coffee.
Yeah, dude, get some coffee in.
That'd be good.
We could have a featured roaster, maybe.
Oh, that'd be cool. Fun.
We could discuss that as well, and you guys can hear about just a bunch of shit you probably don't want to hear about.
Coffee roasting and records. You know. I like that we're just figuring out how to do this in the first episode.
Dude.
This is just a workshop. Pre-production.
That's
how you do it.
Every first podcast episode.
I think it is.
Some of them don't ever get past this stage either.
That's true. Well, I think that's good.
Stories. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. But other than that, no, I'm also freezing in here, and my apartment's 72. If you didn't know, we're in my apartment.
Yeah.
I don't know if it looks like. I like how there's just an Alcoholics Anonymous book just like chilling on the fucking shelf.
Yeah.
What else we got on there?
Nick Cave.
I do. I have a Nick Cave. The Road. Chayne got me that.
Oh.
I got that. When
That's
Will Jesus Bring the Pork Chops? George Carlin. That's a good one.
Okay.
I got Common Sense by Thomas Paine. I've never read it. I just have it here to look cool.
It does look cool. Have you read any of the 33 1/3 books?
No. What is it?
So they're books all written by different people. Do you have one?
I have one.
Okay.
No, Jacob got me one. It's Murder Ballads. It's the one that shows like the background of like the records. Is that what you're talking about? I thought I had it up there somewhere.
I don't know. I don't see it. But
fucking don't see it either. It's up there somewhere.
they're just books written about an album and like the band at the time.
Yeah.
And they're all written by different people.
Yeah.
But there's one by the about Fugazi. It's about the album
13 songs?
Not 13 songs.
14 songs? One song?
Why can I not see these? It's like their
Repeater?
third album, On the Killtaker. On the Killtaker. Fourth album, maybe. And it's... I read the preview for that the other night, and I got to track down this book. It sounds really cool. So.
I wonder. Yeah, I have a Murder Ballads one.
Yeah.
That's weird they did it on the Killtaker. That's not like the Fugazi album I think of.
And that's why they did it, I think. Because the first chapter is just like, it's a misunderstood album by a misunderstood band.
Oh.
And I've listened to it before, and it's a good album. But yeah, it's not what you think of. Normally you think of... well, I think of The Argument, usually.
The Argument's great.
That's still my favorite.
A fucking last record.
Yeah.
That is like one of the... I love the direction they were going with all of that. It was so good.
But yeah, Repeater, 13 songs. Even Steady Diet of Nothing.
Steady Diet of Nothing's great.
I feel like is more well-known than In On the Killtaker.
Yeah.
But
You know what? I've never listened to that Fugazi record, and I'll have to.
Yeah, we might have to do an episode on that.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That'd be great.
That'd be a great one.
I can't remember where I was going with this, but I like Fugazi. Fugazi's really good.
Fugazi's great. And read the 33 1/3 books, because
Yeah,
I have one about Murder Ballads.
I've not read any of them, but they're really cool. And
They're cool.
I want to track some down.
Yeah, I need to get one. I need to get more.
More of them.
Nick Cave. Have you listened to Nick Cave very much?
I've only listened to Nick Cave when it's like
around
something else. Usually, I think
that shit's good. I mean, real phase there.
I know the one song, the Red Right Hand. What's that song called?
Red Right Hand. Yeah.
Red Right Hand. Yeah, I know that mostly because it was in Dumb and Dumber.
And Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders is the Peaky Blinders song. They have like 10 different versions of it in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
Rips live.
I bet it does.
I've never heard like a chime as loud as that in a PA speaker, because they have a full ass like chime set, and it just rings through the fucking auditorium. It was amazing.
That's pretty
cool. Loved it. I'm trying to think of I have some records. We were talking about Foo Fighters, right?
We were talking about Foo Fighters.
And there's a part of me that wants to recommend a Foo Fighters record to you.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to recommend you anything beyond Wasting Light, because I don't like the last couple Foo Fighters records that Greg Kurstin produced.
You hear that, Dave Grohl?
Sorry, this turned into us shitting on Dave Grohl the whole time. The nicest man in rock.
It's okay. There's so many people like kissing his ass right now. I think a couple of jerk offs on this podcast can,
on the first episode.
On their first episode. We're gonna lose all our listeners immediately.
Right. Watch Dave Grohl become a guest on here. Mm-hmm. He's gonna come to my apartment.
That'd be awesome. I'd even be okay with him just coming on and yelling at us.
He should just roast us.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
He won't get rid of his nice guy persona for that.
Probably.
I don't think he's ever like had a public shebang. Well, the Foo Fighters had this one thing, and I love the Foo Fighters. And this, oh shit, dude, I forgot about this. This is like some serious shit. So Nate Mendel was in this thing that was like AIDS wasn't real.
Oh yeah,
have you ever seen
I read
that?
Through that stuff. That's
and like the Foo Fighters played a thing.
Very funny.
Like the Foo Fighters played a thing that was like, hey.
He didn't think that HIV was what was causing AIDS or something like
right,
that. Yeah.
And they played some show. And I'm sure they took it back or something. Hold on, there's a Reddit thread on this. It says the Foo Fighters once embraced the cult of HIV/AIDS denial, enthusiastically spreading a potentially lethal message to their young fans. And they played this show, and then they made up for it, I guess. They played against the Westboro Baptist Church, so they're fine. They're good. They did that. They're like, okay, we're good, no worries. But yeah, I forgot about that. That was like circa 2005 or something that happened.
I didn't know anything about it until
you were
looking up stuff for things, and I was just like, oh, that's a good story.
That's a good story. I'm glad I brought that up. But anyways, onto the Foo Fighters. Man, if I was to recommend a record. Okay, my question is, do you want like, I guess it's up to me. Do you want like 90s Foo Fighters or like 2010s Foo Fighters? Or 2000s Foo Fighters?
What do you prefer?
Well, there's two records that I love. You know what? My favorite Foo Fighters song of all time is on this record, so I'm going to pick it.
Okay.
I'm going to recommend There's Nothing Left to Lose by the Foo Fighters. And that's the record that Adam Casper actually produced, who I was talking about earlier. And they recorded that in Dave Grohl's basement. And that's the only record they made as a three-piece because they kept losing guitar players. And, because Pat Smear quit the band, and then Franz Stahl from Scream replaced him for a little bit and toured with them, like, relentlessly. And then, because Dave Grohl knew him from being in Scream, right? Yeah. And then, like, they didn't gel musically and had to fire him. I'm like, jeez. And so then they went into the next record as a three-piece. So it's kind of like one of the cooler Foo Fighters records because there's not, like, it's like all Dave Grohl on guitar, which sounds cool. It's very rhythmic and melodic on that one. And, it's great. My favorite song. Do I even tell you? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you.
We'll find out next time.
I'm not going to tell you. But it's got a hit on there. Couple hits that you know. But I'm going to recommend that one to you.
So were you wanting to do, like, albums that might have some, like, crossover somewhere?
Sure.
Like, or do we want something completely different?
We can do completely different. We can do whatever we want, Shane.
Okay. Because what I had in mind, I'm not sure if it's along the same lines as what I already gave you, and that's kind of what I wanted to avoid. But did you listen to Pedro the Lion much?
Never.
Okay. This is a 2002 album called Control.
Okay.
Which I believe at that time Pedro the Lion was mostly just David Bazan, and he would just like pretty much record everything alone. So
okay.
I mean, he probably brought in some musicians maybe a little bit, but
no,
I think at the time it's always either like Dave Bazan or Pedro the Lion. I think started maybe as like a band, but it kind of just like was rotating touring members basically.
Oh, so. Is it still that? Is it still a thing?
Yeah, he's still playing. I think he went back to the name Pedro the Lion, and he's just kind of because it's so confusing with David Bazan because he's got Pedro the Lion, David Bazan, Low Tom, and then like something else. Like he has like all these different projects, but now he's just like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Just put them all under the same name. So it's
interesting.
It's interesting, but yeah, Control, very very good album, one of my favorites. And I think you will like. There's some really interesting drumming in this one. So,
I love the drums.
Yeah,
I just get an ASMR click in there. Wow,
sure.
There's a song title called "Penetration."
Yes. There's also I think it's in Indian Summer. There's a song where it says very clearly in it, "Come."
Oh, like CUM.
Yeah, CUM, and
wow.
Me and our friend Connor, who is the co-host on the Chart Stories podcast.
Yep.
Every time that song plays in the coffee shop we work at, we like shout "come" whenever it hits that part. I don't think anybody's ever heard us yet, but we like
not
make
yet.
A point. Yeah, not yet. I probably shouldn't say that. Sorry, boss. But we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, you don't do that anymore.
No. But yeah, I think that's our picks. So, Control by Pedro the Lion, and yours was...
There's Nothing Left to Lose.
There's Nothing Left to Lose by the Foo Fighters.
Food Fighters.
Do we want to get, like, graphics, like, put up, like, over our faces? And
yeah, I'll do some graphics or something. I'll let the editor do that. Out. Yeah, the editor will do that.
It's that guy.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Take it as good. It comes.
Well, how long have we been going so far?
I don't know, an hour.
Oh, damn.
Maybe. What is it, 9:16? I think we started...
Shit.
8:15.
I was expecting this to be like a half-hour show. So cool.
Good.
Yeah.
It's
I'm sure we'll have some social medias going up.
It'll be up by the time
It'll
this
be up
gets
sometime. It
You'll
might
see
be a
it.
little while, but
There'll be a little logo and all that shit.
yep.
We're working on it.
It's coming. But we
coming.
got one in the bank. Good job.
One in the bank.
In the spank bank.
Spank bank.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Remember to
Yeah.
swap your ears and listen to your friends when they have opinions, I guess, depending on the friend.
Yeah, depending. You gotta swap your ears, clean them out, so you
Yeah.
can listen and be attentive.
Yes. Yes.
Keep up that mindset.
Try to not hate everything that other people around you love.
That's true.
That's my motto. I say that every day.
Put that on a bumper sticker.
Put that on a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Tattoo it on your forehead.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We love you. Thanks for coming by. And yes, please listen to the next 2 albums we picked along with us. And now you'll be informed for the next episode.
That's right.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. I love y'all. Motherfucker can sleep through anything. He's got to sleep through my farts in the middle of the night, so he can sleep through anything.
There's something different about a night fart.
It's because you have no hesitancy with night farts.
No.
Because there's nothing else going on.
I mean, I have my fiance in bed. And
yeah, I'm very alone.
Yeah. Can I get a Wi-Fi connected?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so go to Waco Taco. What's that taste flat?
Is there any capitals or anything?
I think I have it written. Why is this flat? There's no carbonation in the seltzer. I'm not shitting you. There's no carbonation in that.
That's insane, man.
Wow.
It's kind of good.
That's weird.
You want it for $8? I'll drink that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm
actually kind of into this.
My non-carbonated black cherry. My TV died today.
Your TV died today?
Yeah, it's not working. I need to get a new one.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not... I used to have a spare one in my basement, but I think I took it to...
But the goons down in your black mold infested
it's not, we took care of the black mold. Now we just have the remnants of the black mold, which is in my lungs.
Yeah. So do you want to do an intro? Or do you want me to do an intro?
I want to pee first.
Okay.